Good afternoon, welcome back. I am in Montana. I'm here permanently. I had to get out today. This weather is amazing. It was 91 degrees here yesterday. Today I'd be surprised if it's 40. My hands are freezing. I'm gross. But usually the best photos are made while everyone's at home making tea. So I'm taking shelter behind this rock right now because this weather's nuts. It's like 45-mile-an-hour winds, snow blowing sideways, sleet coming down, and it's awesome. Come check this out. Yeah, so like I said, taking shelter here by these rocks because that wind is nuts out there. I'm actually a little bit afraid it might blow me off a cliff, so I'm gonna stay back a little bit. But now it's time to get out there, scout, find out where a good location is so I can get a photo of these mountains over here in the fog before the weather goes. This is just awesome. So here we are. I'm set up. Got my camera here. It's underneath the dry bag at the moment. I'll talk about that in a second. But I found my location. I found a good scene. Lovely composition, and now I'm waiting for the clouds to clear a little bit. This, if I can get my camera to focus, that big wall of clouds that came in over top of the mountains wasn't there just a minute ago. The storm has actually gotten quite a bit worse and then lightened up a little bit. It changed from sleet to snow, and it has absolutely soaked everything at this point. Hopefully it'll blow some of those clouds off the mountain a little bit. I'll get a scene, I'll show you what I'm shooting at. In order to stay dry, I do have a dry bag over top of my backpack. We're gonna see how that works out. That's new. I am in a rain jacket that is completely waterproof. As for my camera, it is actually on the tripod underneath there. Now the D850 is water resistant, or let's say weather resistant, but who wants to test that out too much? And as you can see, this tree up there, that tree keeps dripping all over the camera. Great big blobs of snow and rain directly on the lens. So I don't want to test it too much, so I put my dry bag over top of it. If you do use this technique, that bag makes this who knows how many times more wind resistant, and it could blow over. Now, your camera might be water resistant, but it absolutely will not survive a drop down a canyon. So, keep an eye on it. It's a little sheltered back here behind these big old rocks, but it is still cold. I am freezing. I did not expect it to drop this much in temperature, but I am up here pretty high. Anyway, not a bad place to spend an afternoon and wait out a photo. Folks, as you can see, sometimes perseverance pays off with absolutely majestic views like this. I'm sorry about the camera shake. I am freezing. I've already got my photo. I'll have to talk about it later. Gotta take the opportunity whenever it comes up. I want to get off this mountain before I get frozen and snowed in. Man, this is steep. Oh. Whew. So I think I finally warmed up a little bit. Had to march it for about a mile to get warm again. It's cold up there. I've only come down probably a couple hundred feet, maybe 500 feet, not really sure, in elevation, and the difference couldn't be any more dramatic. It's absolutely freezing up there. Snow was starting to stick. It was sticking right above me. And down here, it looks like it was just a gentle rain. So here we are now on the lower trail, kind of talking to you about the photo that I took. So as you can see, there was a huge dynamic range in the photo. The sun coming over top of the mountains with the heavy clouds made basically pure white above the mountains, while the mountains down below were shaded in the snow, and obviously the dark granite and basalt, however you say that rock, gave it a real dark lower portion, really bright upper portion. So I ended up having to bracket my photos. So I also had to focus stack the photo, and that's for kind of a couple different reasons. One, the range in the photo, the focal range in the photo was very large. I was shooting across the canyon to shoot the mountains, and the cliffs in front of me were very close. I'd say they were probably 10 yards maybe. So I had to focus both on that and the mountains separately so I can get them both in focus for my final photo product. Another reason I did that was because I could get the cliff up close basically real time or right off the bat. I didn't have to wait. Like I said, I waited about 2.5 hours for that shot. But the cliff up next to me wasn't shrouded in so many clouds, and I could get that photo ahead of time so I could have it and get it right before I forgot and I left, so that I didn't miss my opportunity. Third reason, the tree in front of me was whipping around in the wind, and I mean whipping around like crazy. I used to live in Kansas, which is basically the wind tunnel of America, and I've seen some wind. This was wind. I'd never experienced anything like this before, and it was crazy. So the tree was just whipping around like crazy. So I had to bring up my ISO as well, ISO 125, just so I could get a faster shutter speed, freeze that tree so it didn't ruin the frame or ruin the shot with a whole bunch of blurry motion. So now the job is to get back into Lightroom, Photoshop, blend them together, and see what I can get out of the final product. Hopefully it'll come out right, and I'll show you the finished product here. How about now? So another note as I'm coming down finally to my parking spot again. Wear appropriate clothing whenever you go up in the mountains. Do as I say and not as I do. I thought I was bundled up enough. I thought I had enough layers on. Got a waterproof jacket. Got some new hiking pants. And planned on being active. Planned on hiking a lot. And I did. But then I had to wait out that photo. Let me tell you, it was cold. It was a bad idea. If I would have been stuck up there, I'd have been in bad shape. But made it. It was worth it. But it was not pleasant. It was pretty terrible. I thought about leaving quite a few times and told myself I was going to give it 3 more minutes, and that's when the sky opened up. So goes to show you, be prepared. You never know what's going to happen. And if you're not prepared, 1, you could be in danger. 2, you're going to miss your photo. Nobody wants that. So be prepared. All right, down at the base now again. Got one more spot to check out. Got parked over there. We're gonna head up the canyon a little bit. This is the same canyon I shot earlier, just from the bottom. So much warmer. It's actually 40 degrees down here, which it was 32 when I got to the truck, which means I was probably sub 20 up where I was. Makes me feel a little bit less like a pansy and a little validated. Well, it is September, so surely there won't be any toothy mountain poodles around here, right? We're fine. I brought my bear spray with me anyway. Boy, doesn't this look like a good place to run into a bear after all. I'm an idiot. So I found another photo opportunity. I got to do this quick because my camera's still out. I got to get it in. It's under a towel right now. But this scene is just fantastic. I mean, just look at it. But I'm down in the valley, and those mountains are very close. So the only way for me to get this in frame, I have a 24 to 70 millimeter lens on here right now. Only way I can get the full range in there is to shoot a panorama. So I actually just shot it, and let me put this camera away, and I'll talk about it in just a second. So like I was saying, I shot 4 across and 4 across again. One at a high aperture so I can get the mountains nice and sharp, and then one at a low aperture so I can freeze this motion down below. All shot at ISO 125. I could have cranked that ISO ISO up higher so I could have frozen these trees a little bit better. I'm gonna be honest though, this weather is miserable. I'm a little bit sketched out about my camera getting wet. I think it'll work out well. Now stitching this together is gonna be tricky because I had to shoot this at a very strange angle, and I have a feeling stitching it's gonna be tricky, but we'll get it done. Like I said, trees are falling on the mountain. That one was way too close for comfort. These trees are monstrous and they will kill a guy real fast if they fall on you, so I'm gonna get out of here. This has been gorgeous though, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll show you the photo here now. That, my friends, is a big pile of dookie that was not here when I came through the first time. I don't know what it is, but it's big. It's very big. And I know I didn't see that on the way in. I'm positive I was watching my feet. We're gonna get out of here. Yeah, it's time to go home. Oh man. I am glad to see that truck. There we go. I'm back in the truck. I am cold, I am wet, my hands ache, something awful. I'm glad to be back, but I had a blast, and I'm glad you came along with me. You know, some days you want soup, and other days you earn soup. I feel like I've earned it. I'm gonna go get some. See you next time.